Hello and welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. If you're stopping by my channel for the first time, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. So today is Friday, so happy Friday. And we're just going to do a kind of a quick video. And just to kick off my weekend, I'm going to, if you recall from my last video, I need to finish setting up my social media / business planner. So that is what we are going to do in today's video. So if you're interested in seeing how I set mine up, then stay tuned. Okay, so we are back on this Friday to get my business planner, social media planner set up. Finished setting up. It's set up, but if you recall from my last video, I had mentioned that I hadn't even set up August, when in fact that is not the case. That is how crazy busy it's been that I forgot that I set up my planner and I could have been working in it instead of making notes everywhere. So yeah, that's how busy it's been. So it is now, what are we in now? Like almost the middle of August, and I need to finish this. I need to get this done. I did make some changes. So let's just jump right in. So this is my summer planner, and I was loving its, bright color, but it's time for change. Fall is coming, and I'm looking forward to some new things coming along, and I just want to get set up. And interestingly enough, so what was happening is I was still using this for portions of it, because as you know, I have tabs that have more than just the calendar, and that's kind of what messed it up. So it's kind of hard working off of two, but I didn't want to get rid of this just yet. You know, it was still summer, so I just kind of wanted to, use it for as long as I can use it. But it's time to move on. And so I'm going to say goodbye to the summer setup, and we are going to move in permanently into this setup. So as you know, I took the tabs out, and I did change up the order of the tabs and then also some of the tab labels. So I'll be pulling from here. This literally just now houses the information that's going to get pulled over to here. So I did put these little tabs here because I went ahead and created the tab labels, cut them out, put them on the tabs the way I wanted to, just to save a little bit of time today. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'll just pull this down to the bottom of the frame so I can open this up fully, and then I can start transferring everything over. So again, I took off my charm, I took out the tabs, and now everything in it is just the stuff that needs to be pulled over. So let's dive in. I'm gonna try and make some room so I can get everything in here. So as you know, I'm using a Live Love Posh quilted cover. This is the blushed pink, I believe is what it was called. It's a snap cover, which I love because now I can keep a pen handy with me. It's sturdy enough, I could take it wherever I gotta go. So I'm loving that. Now, let's open up again. So what I did, just like I did in my summer planners, I did have a card that I put in here. The card will come out of this one. I'll take all this apart later. I did have the cover, two covers, front and back, of the planner in this cover, but I found it actually wasn't working once I put the pen in there because it was sticking out too far. So I did take the back cover off, which I put back onto the paper or the disc that's holding all the calendar papers. So all I left in here is this, because I do love how this looks together. So let's see. I do have my hello page. As you can, like, this thing is getting beat up. I think I need to maybe revise it a little. So this is my title page, which I don't know if I'm going to put anything behind it or not. I do have an idea and I may do that. But for now, I'm just going to pop it in here. I'm still deciding on what I want to do for my name, if I want to write it or if I want to use vinyl. So I haven't done that yet. I don't like to do things if I'm not sure about it. I definitely like to not jump into things. I do like a challenge and I do like change, but when it comes to your planner, as you planner people know, it's important that we have it the way we want it. So there's that. There's the name page. I haven't done anything on these pages as of yet, but I will be using them. I do have, I had 3 months in and I did pop in a 4th month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep that in there. I don't really need July anymore. I just left it in there for the moment. I may have to pull it out by the end of the video. And then, of course, as I said, I do have August all done. I don't have every week done, but I do have August done. So I need to catch myself up. So now, my tabs. Some of them stayed the same and some of them didn't. Okay, so I did make a tab for, I just labeled it BTD plans because basically in this first tab, what I want to do is I want to keep information in here that's related to, you know, behind the designs as it is a small business. So that information will go into this tab. And then I changed, as you know, I've set up a projects notebook. I will link that in the box above if I can. And I used to have a projects tab, but the projects I was finding really they related to, it spanned across all my channels. And so although it is projects are related to the different channels, I did just change web hosters, which so unhappy with the old one. It got to a point where I wasn't even able to do anything on my blog. I couldn't post a post. I couldn't post anything in the store. I couldn't update widgets. It's been a long-standing story, and I just finally jumped into it yesterday, got it all changed over, and so happy about that. But I will be able to get blogging again, which I like to do. So I do have a tab in here for blog because most of those side tabs, when I pull them over, you'll see, relate to a channel. And the projects for each of those items are listed in that specific spot. So I just felt it was more appropriate to do BTD blog. So I have, of course, the shop, which you knew from before. So I do have a tab that I purposely left blank. I do have the label for it, but I did not put it on. This is forthcoming, so stay tuned for more information. So this is my secret little tab. And then I have, of course, which I had before, my information tab, my extra pages, finance, and I have now added a holidays tab. It is the middle of August. You know, by September, I start thinking about holidays. You know, menus and how, you know, I like to do themes in my tree and, you know, what I'm going to do. So I had to get this in here in order to get started. So there are all my tabs. So what I'm going to do is flip back to the beginning. I also have, let me pull everything over. I've got some paper that my daughter lent me, or more in this case, once I use it, it won't be lent anymore. But I felt like it kind of matched the color. I went through my little paper stock and I just wasn't finding anything that was grabbing my attention. I just felt this was the closest I can get. And I do like to kind of keep things in the theme or somewhat matchy. So I do have my paper. And then I have this little notepad. I'm not even sure where I got it, but I thought it was pretty neat with the little flowers. I think I'm going to incorporate that. I've got some sticky notes. And let's see what else. I've got a tab. Everything is just kind of scattered all over around my desk. You can't see it, but it's kind of scattered around it. So that's why it's like hard. I'm like pulling things from different areas. So I have my tab for my currently day, week, keep me on track. I found this folder. I could not tell you what pack it came from. I can see the pack in my head, but I don't remember what the collection was. You know, I've taken it in and out. It's had some damage, but again, I thought this was the closest match. And these 3 items actually came from the same packet. So this folder, I've been debating about it. I don't know if I want to stick it in between here or put it in the front, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that back off aside. And then I also have this paper, which I thought would match nicely as well, that I'll pop in certain spots. So those are all the goodies that I'm going to be putting in today. And what I'm going to do first, so if you recall, I did have a trackers tab, and I am not using that tab in this setup. So what I'm going to do for my trackers is I'm going to put them in the middle of this month here in the overview. And, you know, again, I'm just going to try it. Even though I had a tab to it, I wasn't finding that I was really using it. So I think I'm just going to pop it in here for now. And then I'll see how that goes. Things can change. I can alter things. That's not a problem. So the next thing I have is finances, which I am going to pull over what I've got. I'm just pulling out my papers here in the background, if you hear all the rustling. All right. So the other thing I did with my old setup was I went through and pulled out, or sorry, not pulled out, but I had printed off some kind of covers. So it was like a dashboard cover. I just kind of wanted to have something that covered what was there and didn't get in the way, and yet I could still, you know what that section was. So I did go off and print, not all of them, but most of them. And let's see, then I had so this is my word of the year, and it used to be on the tab. Let me see. I had a little note I needed to keep private. Okay. So I was putting it in the beginning. It was basically the dashboard. So when I had one of these dashboards, it was in a tab, and it was the dashboard to the calendar. The calendar I decided to take away because I'm going to put the calendar in the front and everything else is going to come in behind it. So for that, I'm going to put this here. So every month I'll be moving this over to the new tab. That's the plan. All right, so then we have, let's see, this was part of, this is my color code, which I think what I'm going to do for now is put it in blog. I don't have it all ironed out just yet. Let's see. Now, the projects tab, again, I don't have a correct dashboard for it just yet, so I'm just going to use the old one. So I'm going to pull all this over. And again, I still need to filter through some of these things. I've been trying to do that as I go along, proving to be difficult sometimes. Because, I've just got so much going on that, and it's not that it can't, be made good. It's just so much. I'm pulling papers and making sure I'm not pulling anything out that doesn't need to be seen. I'm in my head a little bit, as you can tell. When I'm in my head and I'm thinking more than just what I'm talking about, I'm like overextending myself. So if you recall, I had made all of these tabs. Just their 3M tabs that I have placed so that I can get a reading of everything that for all the different areas. And again, in this case, I had it under the calendar page, but and again, they had their own tab, but now they have exclusively their own tab. I'm determined to keep this one project sheet in here because I haven't finished it yet. I really need to get this finished so that I can put it to rest. And that would be a blog item. It is getting full, so I may need to pull out July. It is getting seriously full. Okay, so let's pull this over. And I think that's going to be on my list for this month, is to, once and for all, just do it. Just look into this, see what I can pull out, see what's done, what's not done, and get it out of there. So let's I've set it. Let's make that kind of my goal, one of my goals. I'm going to write that in on my dashboard. As you see, paper's flying all over, and that's because I need to clean it out. All right, so let's see. I've got only a few more. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to take out that July. Again, I'm not using it, and if you remember, I have it, but I wasn't really going to fill it in. And I have one more here. And then before I go any further, let me get back up front and pull that out, because I'm not going to be able to close this thing. And I may even have to take out October. I may only be able to keep 1 month in here. Because if you recall, I am mixing planners. So I'm mixing up 2 planners. I'm taking a monthly plus a checklist layout. And that is my planner for, let's see, I need to keep that in there. That's my planner for this period. So I don't know if that's going to give me enough room, but I'm going to tuck this off to the side. Okay, so let's see. It's still kind of up there. So let me go ahead and, because I'm multiplying. So basically what I've done is I have included all of there, little more room. Okay, hopefully I know what I did with those when I go to put them back. So what I've done is I've taken the monthly calendar, the monthly layout, and two sheets facing each other of the project. So I made projects out of the task list, and then I incorporated weeks. So then I have 4 weeks. So I've got a lot going on in 1 month, and it's a lot of stuff. So let me go ahead and keep going here because it's a lot. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to close this when I'm done. Okay, so the next one is the shop, which we're good with. Okay, right, I'm on the tab, yep. I'll be so glad to get this going because I just am lost without this thing. All right, so this is now my extra pages. So this is just gonna house all the pages I've created. And I'm sure some of these now I can go through and check. So if you remember, I did this cute little spring cleaning, and then I did a home projects. So that's gonna stay in there. Then I have information. This I may need to, let me see if I can get this over there without making a mess of everything. So this is information. So let me go ahead and put this there. Now for the extra pages tab, I did not create a dashboard because I do like to see this. I think it's really cute. Then I have for the very back. So with regard to the holiday tab, I do have something that's going to go in there that will be talked about in a coming video, so stay tuned. So I'm going to pop this in here. If you remember, I took one of the Happy Planner page protectors and just created like a mini folder of it. This I'm probably going to have to take out because I'm going to be putting a planner or a folder in there. So that may come out now. So I'm going to pop the folder and I am just jamming this thing up with information. And then let's see, I do have a dashboard tab for holidays. Okay, so perfect. Now I'm going to get this one. Look how skinny this little guy is now. Okay, so that being said, I do have, let's see, I got some paper here I'm going to put in. And then I am full here. I don't know. I definitely have to go through this. This is beyond a goal. This is a necessity. I do have a habit of liking all the stuff in my planner just because I like a chunky planner, but I don't like to go necessarily to expander discs. I just feel like it just makes it too big and bulky. So this is going to go, which I did not have my current week done yet. No surprise there. Let's see, where are we? 21? I think around 21, right? Monday. Yes, I think so. See, I don't even know. It's early morning. I usually don't tape in the morning, but it's just crazy busy. So let me see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean this out. Okay, so I have this cute little notepad. Oh, and then I also forgot I had this packet. So this is the wedding packet. It is a half sheet classic Happy Planner paper, filler paper. And I just thought some of the paper matched really nicely, so I wanted to bring it in. So I think I'm gonna grab a few of these. And it does say at the bottom on this one, love is in the air, but that doesn't bother me. And then I'm going to pull a couple of these as well. So I'm gonna take those two and get them in here. And for these, I'm just setting them up correctly here, how I want to put them in. For these, I'm going to be tucking them into this pocket. So there is a little pocket here, or maybe I can't. Oh, they're too big. Let me see if I can tuck them into the folder. I lied. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much stuff is in here. Okay, so let's do this. I would love to bring this back in, so I am not going to totally ditch the thought of it. So let's see if I can get these in here. Okay, this one's a really tall one. I may have to trim that one down. And then, well, these will probably go on the back side. Oh my gosh, it's so full. I know I keep saying it, but I cannot believe how much I've stuffed this. I can't tell. Let's see, is that at the bottom? Oop, I just popped some of it out. Yes, okay. Ooh. Now this is a chunky planner. All right, so the nice thing about the folders, should you ever find that your folder's getting really worn on the disc edge, take some clear packing tape, run it down the edge of both sides, you know, cut off this edge, repunch it, and it'll be good to go. It'll withstand the pulling in, pulling out, gives a little bit more stability. So I'm going to tuck that little page protector off to the side. I do have these papers, and they are going to be going into, let's see, this was the shop. I have information. This, yes, this was my secret tab at the moment, so I'm going to put some in there. I think I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'll take 3, put those in there. And then I have information, extra pages, the finance, holidays. So these are basically extra papers. So what I want to do is tuck them off in the back. And it's under holidays, but that's okay, because I just, again, want to have extra paper in my setup. Okay. So that was everything minus these cute little notes over here, which I'm going to take a couple of them. It's just a notepad. I'm going to take a couple off, set it aside, and then I'm going to see if I can tuck it in one of the pockets up here, if it'll fit all the way down. And it may not, because it's, I don't know how far down the pocket goes. No, that one's not going to work. Oops. Let me just try until I can find the one I need. So let's see about this. Yeah, because I need it to not, let's try this. A little better. I just need it to not poke out the top. So what I'm going to do is this, and I'm still going to tuck in these little cuties. And I think what I'll do is bring this back down here. Okay. Now I don't have anything in here, which I will get something in there, but first I seriously just need to clean it out. I do have some duplication of information because I just hadn't switched it over paperwork wise, but I am, excuse me, I'm desperate to get this done. So as you can tell, I have stocked this full. Look at this thing. Look at how beautiful all this looks. I've got my tabs. I've got my beautiful Vila Beautiful pen. There is a discount code on my blog. I will also try and link that code in the description box below. So I love these pens. They're so gorgeous. They are gel pens if you like them. So I've got my tabs. I've got my cover, and look, it's still snapping even with all this stuff in it. That's crazy. So crazy. So I'm going to get a label. I'm going to mark this one, the first tab, today, and then my secret tab will be forthcoming. So again, stay tuned. So let's take a peek. One last run through. So I have this beautiful inside. I have my little pockets all clean and, you know, decorated. I've got my cover page. I'll get my name on there. I do only have at the moment 2 months. I'm still going to try and get October in here once I start filtering through things. I have my word of the year page, which is just printed on vellum. And I have my today tab, which I will label. And I've got 2 months. I've got my, I'll get actually, do I have a dashboard for this one? Let's see that. Oh, that's where the other paper had to go. So let me grab a few sheets. I knew I was forgetting one because I thought I had purposely had the paper all ready to go. Okay, so in my small business behind the designs plan, BTD plans tab, I'll be having notes and business information and so forth. I've got the blog information, which is really the project tabs from my old one. And then I've got all the channels. I've got my YouTube channel because that's videos, that's a lot of information. Even though it's under the blog at the moment, it may change, but for now that's where it is. I've got the group. I've got all the categories, main categories of my blog. I've got tons of information under each of them. That's the information I need to filter out. I've got my shop information, my secret little tab coming. I've got just an information section. I always like to keep, just cleaning up here, I always like to keep certain information with me in my business planner. It could be resources, it could be, you know, tickler information, that type of stuff. So I do like to keep that tab in here. And then, oops, I have my extra pages, I should say. And that is going to house, which more are going to be done. So again, another good reason that I need to clean out my tab. Or clean out my blog tab, because I will be making more of these. You know, it's coming towards the end of the year and lots of things need to be tracked and organized. So then I have my finance tab and holidays, which is also forthcoming, but I've already got it all set up and ready to go. I have some extra papers, my folder, and that's it. So that is my final setup. You don't need to see me cleaning it up. It's a lot. I'm going to do that off camera. But I love the fact that if I have everything in here, I can still snap it closed. So that's a really nice thing. And none of my side tabs get in the way of my pen. So that's really cute. So there you have it. I hope I have inspired you to finish setting up your planner if you haven't done it, or to make modifications, or, you know, take that moment and just start cleaning it out. And that I've inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.